He is the most interesting man in the world, if you ask me. His name rings bells these days, like Sundays at 12 o'clock. The Los Angeles Clippers' Terance Mann joins us. Brother, your name is swirling and you've been staying focused. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Living, working hard every day, going to work, enjoying my time. Can't complain.
Now, when I introduced you, I should have said the starting power forward for the Los Angeles Clippers is joining us. Head coach Tyronn Lue recently announcing that you will be the starter for opening night. How you feeling about that?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm used to playing with these guys for years now, so it should be a fun experience. Decided to finally play with Russ a lot more, so yeah.
When you were in high school and college, did you ever play fantasy basketball?
Nah, I never played fantasy basketball, but I played a lot of 2K.
Okay, so there might be some intersection there. So I know when I play fantasy basketball, or if I'm adjusting lineups in 2K, you got like this utility player, a guy that can play shoot guard, small forward, power forward. Brother, you've been all over the map, specifically last year into this year. How comfortable are you in that role at the power forward position?
I mean, real comfortable. In our offense and on our defense, we don't have a traditional power forward slot, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's four guards around one big. Any spot is interchangeable, so I don't think it'd be too difficult for me.
Russell Westbrook, of course, is the starting point guard at that position. When he first got to Los Angeles, you were kind of at times the de facto point guard in this situation. From point guard to point guard, how cool is it to be playing alongside a bona fide point guard like Russell Westbrook?
Man, it's amazing. That's one of my favorite players of all time. I always followed him. I always followed his career, followed his game. I still follow Oklahoma City Thunder on Facebook till this day because of Russ. I'll go on Facebook, be scrolling. I still see OKC stuff because I followed them when Russ was there. So this is a full circle moment for me to be able to share the floor with him.
T-Man, that's very specific. Not Instagram, not Twitter, not TikTok, Facebook.
Facebook. I was getting Facebook updates on Russ.
Yeah, that's a big deal. What do you remember about Russ and OKC during those days with he and KD and others?
I just think his passion for the game was really what stood out to me. And I really, took pride in that in my game also. And then his ability to push the pace and get everybody involved.
You were on Facebook last night preparing for this interview. I was on YouTube looking at your top plays from last season, and a couple stand out for me. Number one, there was this play when you were in Brooklyn, and you went dunky dunk on one. I won't say names. I'm not going to be messy, but you had this. I'm sure you know the dunk I'm talking about. You had this really big dunk against the big man. How excited or how uplifted do you get into a matchup like that where you know you've got the go-ahead, you got the green light to make a play like that?
Oh, really excited, man. Dunking is a big part of my game, so that's another thing I take pride in, just being able to get up there and show my athleticism. And then in Brooklyn, doing it in the city I was born in. My whole family's there, so, it was a dope experience for me.
And it's crazy because you were born in Brooklyn, and you also like the New York Jets. That's your favorite football team. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Aaron Rodgers, when he went down in week one, how disappointed were you because of all the expectation of gangrene this season?
Tough, man. It was a tough experience for me. I had a bunch of people at the house for the game. We had Jet stuff everywhere. We were all excited, a bunch of Jets fans over the house and stuff, but, it was a tough one. It was a tough pill to swallow.
One thing that has been a tough pill to swallow specifically for Clippers fans has been rumors that have been swirling. Your head coach, Ty Lue, kind of extinguished those by saying, we are not trading Terance Mann. How cool was that to get that vote of confidence from Ty Lue?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but at the end of the day, it is a business, like they say. And teams make decisions on what they think is better for the team, and you can't get too caught up in that. At the end of the day, it's your job to come in here, go to work, and be a professional. So I felt like I was just sticking to that. I think his clarification was more for the outside noise and the outside people talking about it, not so much for me. He knows I got a good head on my shoulders, and I'm going to come to work and play hard for him, any day of the week, because he's one of the reasons why I'm here and in this position.
What is Ty Lue like in practice?
Man, a lot more vocal than he is, during the games. I feel like in practice, he really comes out his shell and he's able to, get guys to work hard. He understands, because he's a player's coach, so he understands the grind. He can always see when things are, getting a little too sloppy ahead of time. He's just on top of it. He's on his P's and Q's at all times in practice. It's amazing to watch.
No, it is amazing to watch because he's played with daggone near everybody from Michael with the Wizards to Kobe and Shaq and more. Does he ever share those war stories during his playing career with any of those stars that I mentioned?
He's not so much sharing stories. He's more so sharing stats about himself on how he was a great mid-range player and never missed in the mid-range and pick and roll defense and all that stuff. So it's more, about himself.
Who in the Clippers organization, team-wise, roster-wise, does the best Ty Lue impersonation?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think anybody has tried to do it, at least seriously. But I feel like if somebody were to do it, it'd probably be Paul George. He'd probably have a good one. He does good impressions.
Paul George, not you.
Nah, not me.
Paul George has definitely been running the podcast gamut all offseason, all summer. Of course, Brandon Miller told me that Paul George was his GOAT. He told me that over the summer before he was drafted. He's young, you're young. Was Paul George someone that you grew up watching and is maybe not the GOAT tag, but can you kind of see why Brandon Miller may say that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know why people were confused by that. I feel like probably from my generation and younger grew up watching Paul George dominate in the league. We watched that series versus Miami. That's when it started, I feel like. I'll never forget that series when he dunked on Birdman, and then just throughout, when he had that MVP run on the Thunder, that was dope. Like, everybody has watched Paul George dominate the league. His game is so beautiful, so, it makes sense.
Your game is beautiful, too. I'd be remiss if I did not mention that for every field goal that you attempt this season, there's some sort of donation that you are asking people to make or you're making. Can you clarify that? I was seeing that on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, so every field goal I attempt, I'm going to, donate 20 cents up to $2. I'm pretty sure, or anyone can donate 20 cents up to $2 for every field goal I attempt throughout the year. So it's going to be exciting.
And the name of your foundation is?
Terance Mann Complete Player Foundation.
A complete player you are, brother. A few more questions before we get up out of here. When I look at the Clippers, there's been a lot of expectations since 2019. You look at the Lakers, the same thing. You both share the same building. I know in the media space, people talk about the pressure of this and the pressure of that. Do you put pressure on yourself as a key contributor, as a starter on this ball club to finally give the city of Los Angeles on the Clipper side what they want?
I guess so. I mean, I'm gonna take it game by game, but obviously the end goal is that. Obviously the end goal is to, get to the finals and win it, and that's on everybody's mind at all times. So, we're gonna carry it that way and take every possession seriously from the jump.
Terance, Hawaii looked really cool when you guys played that exhibition. I believe you played in Hawaii. You also played in Seattle.
Yeah.
What were those experiences like during the preseason?
Hawaii was dope, man. We have a great following out in Hawaii. It's a great place to be able to get away, but also focus on basketball. They have a nice basketball culture there. They have people excited for basketball. So just being out there was just a dope feeling, and seeing all those people excited to watch us play and excited to just have us and host us. And then going to Seattle was just a whole nother experience because, they're waiting for a team. They're excited. They want a team. They're hungry for a team. So, the atmosphere in there was dope. You could tell that they're all hungry. And Steve Ballmer, being our owner, and he lives out there. I believe he's from out there too or something. So that whole experience was just dope.
Yeah, it looked like it. I saw Paul George with his son. He was talking about doing a little surfing. You guys were doing community work. You guys were moving like the government, like the president. You were doing all the work on the court, all the work off the court. It seemed like you guys were having a good time, but also being fundamentally sound in that process.
For sure. That's what we went there to do.
We talked about Ty Lue, and we talked about his personality. I'm curious, like when you look at Kawhi Leonard and you look at all of the things that you look at various superstars, you look at the Denver Nuggets, they're trying to repeat. You look at the Lakers, they improved. When you look at Kawhi Leonard, a lot of people say, well, what's his upside this season as his teammate? What's it been like in practice for you, and what are you most excited about with your teammate Kawhi Leonard?
I mean, it's so many things, man. So many things. I think his approach to the game and to the season this year, I'm really excited about. I don't want to say it's any different than any other years, but a lot of times coming into the season, he's either been hurt or coming back from an injury, or you know what I mean. So right now he's fully healthy in training camp. So it's dope. So I'm excited for his approach going into the regular season from the jump.
Terance Mann's dropping by, brother. I looked at social media, and you are rocking Skechers. Do you recall ever wearing Skechers as a kid, or classmates wearing Skechers as kids? When did you first kind of make that connection with Skechers?
Yeah, so I do not recall growing up and wearing Skechers. Maybe I bought a few from Marshalls at some point, you know, but never thought that I'd be wearing them on the court. But they're a comfortable shoe. They look nice. They feel nice. I feel good when I play in them. The grip is great. But yeah, you know, Skechers is all about comfort. So when I heard that they were making a shoe, my agent told me, you know, they're going to be making a shoe. Do you want to test them out, see how they are? And I said, you know, no problem. I'm on it. So it was dope. It's dope to be able to play in them.
Okay. I'm gonna be watching you, man. Those shoes, you say they're comfortable. Maybe you convince me to rock them. I'll see. But more than anything else, man, I'm glad to see you doing well. I'm glad to see you and your foundation. Anything that I didn't ask that maybe I should ask?
Can't think of anything, man. You know, you got all the good questions. You know what to ask. You asked all the right ones.
Listen, it's LA. They say it's a Lakers town, but the Clippers play there also. How can we refute that myth?
Winning the championship. I think that's the next step for us, you know, winning the championship to really get people to wake up and realize that we're here too.
I like it. Brother, you've answered all my questions. You're off the hot seat. Good luck this season. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man.
My man, thank you.